All right, kids, here we go again. Another day of the iStencils sale. I'm going to wait for some of my chatters to get in the box. So if you're watching this, you might want to scoot ahead a few minutes. I will give you the deets on the sale. Hey, Joan, there she is, lady of the hour. This sale is to demonstrate and show you guys Joan Smithy's newest designs on iStencils.com. The link is the first link in the chat to take you to her new design, well, to all of her designs. So it's iStencils.com. Use the code JOAN25 for 25% off the entire site. Over 4,000 designs. Once your order reaches $50 after the discount is applied, you'll receive a free stencil that will automatically be added to your cart. You don't have to do anything about it. Once you cross that threshold for the amount of the for the discount, I mean, you meet the discount criteria, you'll get the free stencil added automatically. And this sale goes to tomorrow night, Sunday, April 30th, 2023 at midnight Eastern. So there you go. Now let's get started here and dig my way out. Hey, Alan, welcome. Oh, thank you. These are all Joan's designs I've been using so far. Today I'm going to try to incorporate a few of mine, a few of Robin's, some badass stencils, and whatever else I happen to pull out of here to try to overlay them and show you how, you know, you can make them kind of work all together. So, okay. I love this one, how it came out with that black and the bronze. Now, this paper doesn't show off the bronze as sparkly as some paper. I've noticed that some papers kind of suck up, absorb the metallic pigment more than others. Now, you can see that it's metallic on there, but this usually shines like knock your socks off. But let me put this up here. Actually, I have an idea for this one, and I think I'm going to try to do it. We'll see. This was a small mask. You can see the design and showing through the black paper where I removed the mask after I put the paint down. Love that. Here's another one. These are done with different PBO Dynacolors. Oh, thanks, Ellen. You know what I do when I go there, because it's such a huge site and they have so many stencils beyond mine, Jones, Robbins, and Badass. They have their own line of stencils. Their own line of stencils aren't named, and they're hard. They're separated by categories like geometric, abstract, trees and foliage, and stuff like that. Hey, Bonnie. Hey, Dot. Teresa, Martha. Hello. Hey, Holly. What I have always done when I shop there is if you see something you like, put it in your cart. And then when you're done, go back to your cart and cull out all the ones that, you know, it's over your limit that you wanted to spend, or you decided you like something better or whatever. But they are hard to find to go back and try to find one particular one in 4,000 choices. Just a little tip I learned the hard way. Hi, Anne. Martha. Janet. Hello. Linda. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining. All right. This was just a cleanup print that I did, but you can see the shadow of that one stencil that I showed you first. That kind of, it looks like a medallion or something to me. Hi, Ann. Love the cleanup prints. This is another one. This was my fail at the Raku combination of paint. I had the wrong purple. That didn't work. This is the, I forget, it's Crazy Fish, Abstract Fish stencil. This is a piece of that red rice paper with just gold spray over one of the stencils. This was a bad choice of me picking up the wrong paper with these darker green paints, but some of the metal showed, and you can see the design of the stencil in there. This was, I can't remember the names of them. This one, I took the black dots, the one print of that, you can see the black dots over this, but I I guessed wrong. That was not a good one to put over top of the pattern. You kind of lose it in there. Pardon me. So anywho, here's another cleanup print that I did off of one of the stencils. Here's the reverse pickup of that one I was talking about. That kind of looks like, I don't know, it looks like an award, or if it was giant, something you'd hit like a gong on a pedestal and propped up to, you know, show like a display. I can't say what I want to say, but you guys can probably read my twisted mind and understand what I'm saying. Found the stencil dragons I used a couple years ago. Oh my God, it's so many on there. That's what I've always done when I shop there. Is just throw it in the cart. You can always take it out. But trying to find it again, not good. Okay. Here was just my little experiment. I wanted a piece of this for the background. And here's the leftover remnants on the plate. Let me zoom in a little bit. I wanted to get some of these remnants on the plate, and I wanted a background piece of paper. All this was this high flow iridescent bronze. That's my favorite golden color, I think. And they finally made it in high flow. So I put a few drops of this on the plate, sprayed it with some water, and let it sit, and it starts to wick and resist the plate, and the pigment separates. And that's what it looks like when the pigment separates. You get that tealy color and the bronze, and you can see where it wicked away from and left those webby looking holes where it just bled away from the plate. But I just love the way that looks. Coming to a collage near you soon. I got my bought so JOAN stencils I could afford this month. It's hard having a monthly budget. Yes, it is. I'm glad you got some while the sale was on that you wanted, Martha. I know, right? Right, Bonnie? I love that. It looks like patina on metal right off the bat. Instant patina. Anywho, okay. We got this on the plate. Now, in my head, I like to preface everything like that because in my head, this is going to look spectacular. In real life, 50-50. So I'm digging to try to find, where the heck is it? It's right here. I left it out separate because I knew I wanted to use it. This print. Hey, Tori, welcome. So a lot of people have come in. Let me show this again real quick before we get started. There's an iStencil sale going on this weekend. It's www.istencils.com. If you use the coupon code JOAN25, and this is in honor of Joan Smithy's new designs that you can find under my heading on the website. And I will throw the link out here again so we can find it in chat if you would like it. 25% off the entire site. Like we were just talking about, they have over 4,000 designs. When your shopping cart after discount reaches the threshold of $50, you'll get a free stencil added, which is this design here. This free stencil will be added to your cart automatically. And the sale goes through tomorrow night, the 30th of April, 2023 at midnight Eastern. So there's the deets. Okay. Now my vision when I thought about combining different people's stencils was, I wonder what this one of Robin's, this one big script symbol. Bonnie, you're very familiar with these, I do believe. Overlaying this, but in, I gotta find the right color. Hang on. What is the right color? This might be too bright. You know, I'm gonna mix these two. I want it to be like a vermilion or like a Chinese red. That's what I'm going to. There's nothing oriental about that, but it looks oriental, Asian, like an ethnic kind of thing. But when you look at the symbols, there's nothing that really says that, but that's just the feel it gives me. So I'm going to throw, this is that orange. Oops. Great. See that? This is how I get messed up right off the get-go. It's okay. I'm not scared of a little acrylic paint. I'm just going to put a little bit of this on. You know what? Maybe more of this and less Quinn red. Now let's see what happens. So, excuse me. I slept like I was dead last night, and I'm more tired than when I went to bed. I don't know how that works out. I forgot to add the discount coupon I emailed, and they granted me the discount. Oh, there's Cherry is all over it. They're the best customer service, honestly. I'm not just saying that. I don't blow smoke. I tell you like it is. And I've worked with her for years, and she's the best. Okay, now my vision, in my vision, let's see. How do I want to do this? Oh, don't let the paint dry. Don't let the paint dry. I want it to pick up this way, so I'm going to flip it over, right? And then I want to sprinkle a little bit of this fairy dust. I don't know why they have that shaker on there, because as I remember, this was all clumped up inside. I don't know why they do that. So, look at this huge clump. That's not coming out, that shaker. I'm just saying. So maybe this wasn't the right one to use. If you remember, a few years back, I was doing an iStencil sale, and I pulled a print, and there was some foil in the paint. I thought, what the heck? How did that happen? And then I started putting it in the paint on purpose because I liked it. When I push the print down, that'll stick, I guess. Oh, that's frustrating. Gayla! I tried. And I have been thwarted again. It must be that extrasensory perception, mental telepathy that we share. Mental something. I don't know. Now, will this come out the way it's in my head? Most likely that's negative. CB! Hello, lovey. Now I'm going to put this on top of this. I don't care. That's what I'm going to do. It's a piece of paper. If I really hack it up, I can make another one. I know. Well, I'm limited for my time. I'm trying to get in a stream at least every day of the sale like I always do. My mom's back in the hospital, not doing well. And I've been there every day for most of the day. My brother and my nephew are going over this morning to kind of relieve me and give me time for this. So anyway, that's why I'm off kilter. Now, will it work? Will it stick? Will it be a flop? Let's see. Yeah, that's a flop. Didn't get hardly any paint on there, enough to recognize the symbol. Hosed up the jelly plate. But let's don't anybody panic. Don't panic. See if any of that'll come off. I think the foil's there to stay, but that's okay. So I picked up some of that bronze underneath of it, and that's actually kind of cool right there, just getting the negative of the Robin's stencil. So that didn't work, but I refuse to give up. So let's do this. Let's line this rascal. Whew, with that design under it, that's really hard to see. All right. Hang on. I like to start out with a big flub so that maybe we go up from here. Hi, is it Sela? Hi, welcome. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, she needs all she can get right now. It's she will be 95 in July, and since November, she's been in and out of Johns Hopkins with multiple heart procedures that she knew were needed for years and decided she was too old to mess with them. And then it got to the point where she didn't have a choice. And, you know, now we're here. So I'm just going to use this because it's here. And because my brain is, it's barely functioning. It functions a little. Watch, it's going to come out purple. I'm going to really hose this one up. Hey, I don't like to hose it up halfway. By jiggities, if I'm going to hose it, let's just freaking hose it. I've always said that. Don't do anything half-assed. Actually, it's not terrible. Again, not what I had in my head. Oh, you know what I could do? Hold the phone. I'm just going to try to wipe some of this off the sponge. I'm not going to grab another sponge. So let's have that there. And then let's take some black. That's it, Gayla. You get me. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm going to do a little drop shadow deal on this. So let's get this lined up. And then I'm going to pull it. You can pull it, push it either way, any direction. But I'm going to pull it down this way. All right, diagonally this way. And then I'm going to pounce over it with black. This may not be making sense. Just work with me. That's your rocks shaking in the background, Gail. If that noise is irritating, it's your fault. Hey. All right. Then you got a little, like a drop shadow. That's a little, I don't know. That's a little too busy, I think, with all the busyness behind it. But I did it, so there it is. That's part of the can't win them all lesson. And you just keep moving. Like, who cares? It's a piece of paper. You know what? I'm going to try to clean some of this up with my Titan Buff. Oh, thanks, Joan. Oh, Paul says hello to CB. What am I, chop liver, Paul? Don't make me come over there. Let me put a little bit of this down and see how much of this I can get off of this plate. Oops. This, I gotta say, I love sparkly, I love foil, I love stuff. Not a huge fan of this particular one. And it's probably just, look, it's all over my brayer now. That's okay. The delivery system and the way it's prepped, I think, is a little questionable. Oops, sorry, I'm out of the frame. I zoom in and then I got to push the plate further away from, oops, that's really slippery. Good night. It's going to be a rough go, guys. Just buckle up. If you can hack it, stay tuned. If you got a weak stomach, you might want to go on with your Saturday chores. Under the wire, Paul, huh? Good man. Good man. All right, let's see what we can yank off of here. Man, that's really... Well, that's actually kind of cool. This, again, is one of Robin McClendon's stencils. She's got her line on iStencils as well. That's not bad. That's a good background. Good background. Let's do, hang on. If anybody wants to see a particular Joan stencil, do let me know. I'm happy to pull one out that you're thinking about and have a go. Oh, Lord. I hope one day a genius thought hits me on a good storage method for stencils. I can't put them in sleeves individually in a binder. I'd have a shelf full of binders. I've got a lot of them. Judy. Hello. Too many and too over organized for me. The way I use them, I can't look, oh, what binder was that in, and go and get one and clean it and put it back. That ain't ever happening. I had those IKEA, what are they called? Alex drawers, the big wide ones. And they're stacked in there by like my stack, Joan stack, Robin stack, PM stack. Yeah, it works. But sometimes they get tangled up, and then I have to dig down in the layers to try to find one and I know is in there. I'm going to do something weird here. I know that's shocking. But since this stencil I'm going to use is kind of long and skinny, we're going to do something long and skinny. And back on that red paper. This one is a badass stencil. When you can get these at 25% off, that's a deal, because these are pricier. This one is called Vintage. And I'm going to put it like so. And I'm going to take a piece of this red rice paper. This is like vivid red. I mean, it looks shocking red in the camera too. I can't do anything but make a mess today, but you know, not too worried about it. All right, let's see what we got just to get those edges off of there. Good, bad, and different. Oh, I don't hate that. On that paper, that's pretty good. Mama like that. All right, let me put this here. I tell you, that copper is glued to my jelly plate, I believe. I can make it come off. I can manhandle it when I need to. Okay, this is one of my favorite iStencils. This is one I got one of these years ago, and this is iStencil brand. It is 3D, and here's the number. This is one of the ones that's their own brand. It's by their number, 27-00107. Like I said, they don't have names. All right. So let us, do I have one I can do that over and it might look cool or not? Now let's just do it on a clean piece of paper. So a lot of this bronze is going to come up with it. So knowing that, I didn't have a stroke. I'm reading the chat. I put them in manila folders and they're on a shelf. It's working wonderfully. Oh, Lord. I don't know that that would work. Well, I don't have shelves near me. I don't think that would work for me, unfortunately. Okay, let's do this. Let's go. Let's do a little diagonal whammy on this thing. Gradient, that's the word I'm looking for. Let's use this. This is the Amsterdam Expert Turquoise Blue. It's very transparent. And then let's do a little, get a little slice of PBO in there. And then let's get a little, what's that? Dioxazine purple. Oh, what the hell? Let's just do that. Oh, a little excessive on the purple there. That's not going to work out well. Let me just get rid of some of that right now. We'll put you there for later. Good night, nurse. All right, now let's get this brayered out in a more or less diagonal kind of pattern. This stencil looks really cool when you do it on the big 12 by 12 jelly plate, because then you get it full force. You know, you get the whole pattern. For this one, it's going to cut off a lot of it, but you'll still get the gist. And let me have a piece of deli. Your favorite? Oh, I've converted you to have share my same favorites, Gala. It's that mind game I've been playing with you over the years. Ooh, look at it picking up all those little bronzy coppery bits in the middle there. Ooh, spooky. It's like magic dot. Magic dots. Isn't that cool? But look at what it all picked up when you look close at it in there. All kind of stuff. Over on this side, you see a lot of that shadows of that bronze that it picked up. Can't hate it. All right, I'm going to take another piece of deli and see what we pull up from here. That would be really cool if that came up like a cleanup print and just pulled all that off the plate. I would need a floor to ceiling bookshelf, Martha, honestly. I have a ridiculous amount of stencils. Hang on to make sure there's no disaster with these texts. It's my nephew telling me he's headed over to the hospital. Yeah, anywhere where they're, you know, I don't know how I'd even separate them into folders. What I need to do is go through them and actually give away the ones that I don't use anymore. But I have some, I have boxes, those 12 by 12, like scrap paper boxes, full of different brands that I just don't get to anymore. I got a ton of Stencil Girl. I got a ton of Crafters Workshops, Julie's, Faith and Balzers that just won't fit in these drawers that I would use, but they're over on the shelf in a box, and these are easier to grab. So I think it's just me. Even though I don't really drink, I might suggest you start now because it's a hard way to go, Gala. I ain't lying. I know, Amalia, isn't it? I got it on Amazon. If you want the link, ping me on Facebook. I'll send a link to you. Oh, it looks like a lot of this is coming up. What it's going to look like, I do not know. That's really on there. Ooh. Wow, you can see the bronze in the shape of that lace. So it looks cool, but it's not as pretty as I thought it was going to look. Definitely worth a few shreds and into a collage. Okie dokie. Oh, down there. Let's get that out of the way. That one's getting dangerous. Okay, while I'm into this department of my drawer, let me throw another badass or two out here. And I should probably use this before it ends up more of a disaster than it is. And let's throw something over that. This is here looking at me. Since I know it's Gayla's favorite color combination, I just feel compelled to use it. Oh, Lordy. I'm going to try to mix this up a little bit because that's a thicker viscosity, big word, than the purple was. So this one is a badass called, I'm sure it's got a badass name, Upside Down. The damn paint's going to dry. Where the hell is it? Well, let me do the print first and then we'll look for the name. Oh, I see it now. It's up here under the painted area. Maori Madness. Maori. Madness. Let's try some of the sketch paper. I'm going to use the shiny side. Yeah, I remember Gayla CC had a setup like that inside her closet that was behind her desk. And I think she had a couple, 2 or 3 rails of them vertically. And she had tags for brands, which worked out great. But I don't have that setup possibility. I've seen people hang them overhead on a rod overhead of their desk. My desk's out in the middle of the room in the basement in a area that's probably 18 feet wide. I've never found something that works for me. And again, it's probably just me. Yeah, I did that before, way back, Amalia, when I had some that were real uh, sharp edges on them. So this sketch paper, even on the shiny side, it really sucks up the metallic. Like, see the PBO bits down there? You know how they normally shine? Not shining so much on there. But it is a lovely design. That's Maori Madness. Badass. I just like saying it. All right. Let's get this off of there. Let's grab, hang on. Let's grab something with big holes here. This is one of mine. Oh, this was a freebie. Oh, I probably shouldn't show you that. I don't know if she made that available to everybody. Sorry. Put it back in the drawer. Keep rooting. I'm looking for something with big openings. Well, this isn't, well, this isn't big openings, but it's a lot of openings. This is always one of my favorites. This is Cave Etchings of mine. Oh, look, both sides are metallic. Isn't that a shock? I'm going to let that on there, and then I'm going to add something over that. And I think I might do, I love that bronze and black mix, but I think I'm going to do, this time, more bronze than black. Just a little thing, and I'm going to use the fluid so the viscosities match. Let's just use a little bit of that. See how that marbles up together. So I'm hoping some of the design from that badass pulls through the holes of this. I'm going to use deli again so I can get down in it. I'll put that on when I retire list to organize my stencils. Oh, that's funny. I gotta laugh myself at that one. Dave and I have had a when we retire list going for, I don't know, last 15 years. Okay, now I'm going to really get in there and mush that paper in and hope it pulls out some of that design off the plate. All right. I know, CB. I almost called you Carol. How formal is that? That's a little ridiculous. Yeah, they do. I have, uh-oh. Are you guys still there? My computer just went whack-a-doodle. Okay, I'm still on. I had a window throw up in front of my, throw up on the screen. Hey, Sandra. No, I just see Jackie on Facebook. I mean, she's doing well, but I don't know that she'll be back to streaming anytime soon. I think about her often, and I loved her streams. I hope she can get back to it. I don't know that my mom is going to get better to where she was before this last episode. It's pretty serious, and we just are taking it one day at a time, and we'll see where we end up. They said they're going to monitor her closely over the weekend and regroup on Monday. But thank you. Well, it picked up a little bit of the purple, but these holes are too small to really take advantage of what it picked up. Can you see where it is there? Some are straight through there. I need to make another one where there's not that much space between it. Although I think it looks cool like that. I did. This is one of my faves, if I must say so myself. So I think what's on the plate might be cool. All right, I'm gonna let this dry a minute, and then I'm gonna clean that up, and then I'm gonna go back to playing with some of Joan's goodies in here. And I think this is one. This one, I have several favorites. Oh, get out of there. We changed the name of this to pomegranates, poppies. I really love this one. I got some really cool prints out of this one the other day. This is the one I printed with the gold paint on the red paper, if you saw that online. And these are the three stencils I used to make that one print. Let me pull it out. Okay. All right. Nothing wants to cooperate. How is that different from any other day, Patty? Down here, the day before, first day. Here's another one of the prints. That was my another attempt at raku coloring. That didn't work. Here's another print. Another stencil. These are all Joan's. These are the fails there. Here's the pomegranate. There's that red one with the gold, with that lacy one. Here's the freebie. That's one of those other ones. There's that one, the first print I made of that. This was Pam's favorite. Here it is on the freaking bottom, right there. CB, I'm clutching you some scraps, honey. Oh, and here's my other detail page. They always turn up, usually sometime after the sale, but yeah, what the hell. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. Like, and not everybody does this. I just like to do it. But when you layer different designs, you got to really think them out. I don't ever take the time to think. You're welcome, Amalia. Woo! Let that red paper. Could sell that red paper by the yard and make a ton of money. Yeah. So this print, it's kind of busy, but I don't hate it. So what I did was I put down this stencil first with a mixture of purple and a couple of the PBO blues. You can see the PBO picking up in there in the background. And then I put black paint on the plate, put this one down, right? Put this one down there, right? So it covered, actually that looks pretty cool right there. It covered up everything on the first print except for what was behind that stencil. And then I overlaid it with this in bronze, right? So that's what made that print, those three stencils. Oh, here's the one I was looking for with the big holes to pick it up. Oh, I'll do it with this one. I've done cleanup prints through a stencil before rather than just do one and try to pull the whole plate clean. That's dry enough, I do believe. Let's use, it's got a lot of metallic in it already. So let's use a little tight end buff. Is that what I want to use? I think so. I'm running out. Not to worry, I have another bottle. Oh. So, this one is called Orbit. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to let that sit for a minute. I'm going to put the link back in the chat for the stencil sale. Coupon code is JOAN25, no spaces. I like to do that every once in a while for people who are maybe lurking or the ones who are watching the recording. And I'm going to pick this up. I don't know why. I'm going to pick it up on black because it's going to be the off-white. Then the black paper is probably going to show through. I'm going to do it anyway. Judy, I'm going to let you take that idea and run with it. You can sell that red paper by the yard. Can open a little Etsy shop. I shut down everything last year. Shut down the Etsy shop. Took off the monetization on my channel and all that good stuff. Became too much paperwork for taxes and stuff. I hate that. So I just stopped it. I was going to try a new venture this summer and start a raised bed vegetable garden, but that might end up shifting to the retire list because everything that's going on now, we don't even have time to create the raised bed, let alone plant and maintain everything. Maybe when we retire. I don't know how many yards it is. I'll have to look at the link. That you can see the indentations on this. That gives you an indication that it's pretty well stuck to that paint. Let's see what we get. Oh, see, that's pretty cool. And again, this Titan Buff turned into like a cool gray color because it sucks that black color out of this Eclipse bond paper. But see how you see? See how you see? And then you got the stark black. Now, I am glad I used the black because then you see the stark lines of the paper where the stencil was. That's actually pretty cool if I don't say so myself. But you can see all the other layers and the shiny behind there. You can't hate it. Yeah, I've tried tomatoes several years, several fails. But we're probably going to put a couple plants in. We have big, pretty big containers. I think they're bigger than 5 gallons. They're big. We had big palms in the same pots last year. I'm going to let that there. And I'm going to put down let's do something else to get a little bit more stuff built up here. Let's go back to this one. Everybody like this one. I want to make sure you guys all see it if you haven't seen it. This one is called Imagery Abstract of Jones. You know what? I'm going to do the black and the bronze again. Oh, the deer eat everything. Well, I told Dave, I said, you know what? Oakley might have a little munch in the garden if we don't raise it up high enough. And Oakley's got a little something going on. He's been limping for weeks. Dave's had him to the vet twice. Nothing's broken. They thought it might be a sprain or something because he runs like a deer after the rabbits. And they had him on a, what's that called? Anti-inflammatories that made him really sick. He was vomiting like crazy. Had to stop those. Then they put him on gabapentin for a week, another week, and he was still limping. So we've had him on a leash outside for weeks, and they gave him 2 more weeks of gabapentin, and after that they want to x-ray him. And the doctor said, you know, it could be, he used the C word, which I didn't like to hear it. 5-year-old puppy. So anyway, we'll see what happens. He's happy. He wants to run. He eats, pees, poops, drinks, wants his treats. Remind you about his treats. Does everything he's always done, but when he gets up, sometimes he limps really bad. It's on one of his front legs. You can tell, but all right, let's see what we can pull up with that. Now see, this is much more shiny on the deli than it was on that sketch paper. Now I can see some of those lines that were left from the Orbit stencil. See if I can show you. Over in this corner, you can see some of the oval overlaps underneath the other patterns. You can't hate that, people. So now, hang on, let's bring a little bit of this paint off here. Let's try, I wonder, I don't know if I have the right kind of, oh, let's use some glassine. I have some that's more this size. The other sheets I had were huge. Oh, but I don't need to tear it. It flaps open if you turn it over. Oh, cool. I did that years ago, Martha, when I was living in Fredericksburg. All right, this is some glassine paper. And this usually really sucks the paint off of the plate. But let's see, what do I want to do? Oh, this is thinner glassine than the other stuff, but we're going to do it anyway. Let me see what this looks like. Oh, there's a lot of bronze in that underneath of there. So, you know, I'm just going to make a mess. Texture junkies. Hello, how are you? I'm just going to make a mess. I'm going to throw some high flow bronze down there. Little mist of water. Brayer it out. It gets sloppy. It's real watery because it's already high flow. And it'll probably stick to the paint more, but where the plate is exposed, it will start to recede from that and resist it. Resist. See it resisting those holes popping in it. So let's just let that go for a minute. We'll just chat a while. Hey, Linda. Enjoying some coffee. I had mine earlier this morning, but that actually sounds pretty good. I might make an iced mocha latte. So, is that right? Is that the right word? You know how at Starbucks you can get an iced mocha that's got espresso in it and whatever type of milk or cream you want, and the chocolate syrup. And when I was doing Weight Watchers, they were for a venti, what's that, 20 ounce. They were about, look how that is receding and taking the shapes of the stencil under it. Oh, what a fortunate little happy accident. They were like 16 points, which was, knocking on over a third, not quite a half, but over a third of what my point allocation was for the day. And then I followed this girl on Instagram and YouTube. Oh my God. Her names are on the tip of my tongue. It'll hit me. But anyway, she bought her own little espresso maker. So I did. And I get the chocolate protein shakes from Costco. I was using the Premier Protein, but I changed to the Orgain. It's less protein in it, but they're supposed to be organic, which I don't really care that much about it. But I like that it's a chocolate or more chocolate. The chocolate fudge just has a deeper chocolate flavor. So when I'm home, I make the espresso. I put 3 Splenda in it to sweeten it and pour that over a cup of ice. Then I add about this much of half and half to it and my chocolate protein shake. And it tastes pretty similar and pretty darn good. And it ends up like 3 or 4 points instead. Okay, I'm going to consider lifting that. And I think I'm going to lift it on black because it's going to absorb some of the wetness. Deli, I don't think it's going to absorb enough. Well, let's just try it. What is the worst that can happen? I don't think any of the turquoise, though, is going to show on the black. Just thought of that. It's okay. It's just a piece of paper. Trying to make this like a cleanup print if it works. In my head, it's going to be really cool. It's in my head. A lot of things are in my head, right, Gala? You feel me? You know. Let's clean it up a good bit, leaving some behind. Well, I don't hate it. A lot of texture. But like I was saying, the turquoise didn't really show. But you can see some of the initial gray from the Orbit stencil that was down there that was left behind. A little bit of the copper foil pulled up from earlier. You can see the shape of the stencil still in there. And it left me a little surprise down there. So, I want to do, what do I have here? Hang on. Oh, I wanted to show you guys this one too. This one, everybody liked this one. This is the one I printed on. Oh no, it didn't come out on the red. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do gold. And then I'm going to put you down there. This one is really called Driplet. And then let's do this. Ange, hi. How are you? Oh, thank you. Oop. Using this acid red rice paper with that gold on this. All right, what do we got? Well, you can't hate that. This paper is something, though. Like rice paper on the back. It's like a mullet. Business in the front, party on the back. While this is somewhat wet, I'm going to see what kind of a ghostly print I can get on this black. Turn off some of the sticky there. Anyone else buffering? It works on your plate. Sorry, Sharon, I'm not sure if you're talking to me when you said it works on your plate. That red paper is gorgeous. It really is. Yeah, really, you would love it, Ange. It has a very Asian. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm glad you're here, my friend, and made me say the A word. I'm going to do some gold pictographs on that red paper. Yes, I am. Gonna do it. Oh, you know what else would look cool? This one with like just medallions down the page. Well, yes, rice paper can be, but this stuff's different. I don't know how or why. It's got that rice paper. You can almost see the weave to it. There you go. On the back. And it kind of separates from the red when you tear it, but the front of it has a different velvety feel to it. I'll post the link later on Facebook. I got it on Amazon. Robin McLendon made me buy it. She's very bossy with that stuff. She blames me and I blame her. Oh, you're in the old Smokies, are you, Judy? And that's taken up a good bit. It always looks kind of watery when you do that. And look, I still got a little mistiness on there. So I'm going to am I? Oh, pictographs. That's what I said. Like, what the hell did I just say? I know that gets tricky, Sharon. You know, most of them have some kind of indication on the edge of the stencil, but a lot of mine are so painted over. If I don't remember them, I don't remember them. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take a little piece of this. Tam! Hello, my friend. Let's do this. This wants to curl up off of the paper, so it's a little bit of a wrestling match. So the Maryland girls, I sent out that email today. If you missed it yet, if you missed it yesterday, where I sent you the information about booking your sleeping rooms. You'll want to do that sooner than later. They have been known to sell out, but they assured me there was plenty of space. And look at that gold mess. Makes me want to do something crazy with that. I'm going to put down some black. If you guys want, let me know, and I'll take a minute and I'll go over to my Amazon account and get the link for that red paper. It was hard to find. I put in red rice paper. I put all different kind of stuff. And then Robin did post a link on one of her class notes. Now this one's a little tricky. Because the holes are small. So I'm going to, what am I going to do? I was going to do, oh, I know, the glassine. Let's try this just for gigs. No, I'm going to use the glassine for the cleanup. I'm back. Had a little brain fart there, but I'm back. I want to take, is there something here I can put this over that would make sense? Not really. Let's just do it over this. This is deli. That's thin enough to get through the holes. Yeah, you can see it coming through there already. That's one thing I like about deli and tissue paper. You can see what part of the design you're missing, where you have to go back and add some pressure to get that paint to come through the holes. So you get a clean image. Jane, you should, Jane, or Joan, you might do one of these. That's just like one giant one of these, and your round stencils. This is a cool design, and one big round one would be really cool. Oh, those words were not on this paper. I'll have to look that up and see. But those, I showed on the first stream I did Thursday. I did show, I think it was then, that I showed this. No, it wasn't. It was on Robin's for her art foamies that I streamed, where I was using that paper and printed her ancient character stamps on it and used it as a chop and stamped it in gold. And I showed the label of that. Yeah, I really like that design. Kind of like a different kind of a mandala-ish thing. All right, you're going to be getting the wrong one, and you're going to be blaming me. Hang on a minute. Let me just go get the link. It may be the same by a different manufacturer or something. I don't know. All right, while this is wet-ish, or should I you know what? I'm going to let that dry while I get the link. That's a good segue. And Then I'll come back and I'll lift that up with the glassine. So give me a moment. I shall be checking my Amazon account. Nope, you were right. It does say that in the detailed. Wow, oh, you know what? It's cheaper. I thought I paid like $17 for that rascal, but today it's $7.99 with 20% off of that. And then I got apply 6% extra coupon in the cart. So what's the difference between this one? There's two different red. Oh, there's two different reds. Oh, a red and a red. Oh, I've never seen that many vowels. Codiaeum, codium, red codium, and red. So on the screen, the red, let me go back to my order. Sweet Moses. Let me click that link and see which one it takes me to. I think it's just the red. Come on, baby. Work with me. Yeah, there's two color choices. It's the red. I'm going to copy this link. Come back to you all. Something like cadmium, but nowhere near it. So there's the link. There's two colors. The one I got was just called red. Oh yeah, if I scroll down, I can see all different kind of offerings down there now. But I don't know. I'm not going to take the time while I'm on stream to look at all of them. You guys can do that. But there's the link. And the one that I ordered was called red, not the red codiaeum. Oh, I'm so fluent in multiple languages. I know, Ange, it doesn't take much. I did one stream years back where all I did was metallics. It was a stencil sale, and I was just jelly plating for hours, and I just used bronze, gold, copper, silver, and then I was mixing copper and silver to get a rose gold. Can't hate it. All right, what's going on here? That's still wet, but we're going to do it anyway. Let me see what this looks like. Oh, look at all that mishmash underneath of there. Looks like old gold coins. Doubloons or something. What do I want to pick it up with? I'm thinking that I should go bronze. Okay. Tired of thinking. Let's just do it. Is that Asian stencil yours? Now, which one do you mean? Do you mean this one? This is Joan's, but you can find her stencils under my heading on the iStencils site. If you mean this one, these are some of my pictographs that are under mine. There's different sizes of these out there, and there's two different series of pictographs. This was the newest characters that I made. The originals are out there too. They're way back in the scrolling. I'm not sure which is that. Did that answer your question, Anne? I'm not sure which Asian one you meant. Okay. There's a lot of paint on this plate right now. In my head, this will be pretty. And take a little bit of that off of there. Ooh, that's getting pretty. Although we won't see that, that'll be the downside. But let's do that on glassine, because this usually really sucks the paint off. And this is, I think, 8.5 by 11. I knew you would like the. Did I did I send you some of those, Ange? Maybe I didn't. But yeah, there's two different series of those. Um, let that sit on there for a moment. Oh, here we go. These are the first characters that I did. That was a number of years ago. And then these were the newer ones. And they come in 8x10, 6x6. And some of these I did in a round version. And I had those in my rubber stamps too. Oh, I forgot how this wrinkles like that. That leaves cool marks for texture. And if this all pulls off of here, this is going to be magnificent. In my head, it's already magnificent. Don't forget to use the coupon code JOAN25. And so let me show this again. I'm doing these today to kind of share Joan's designs. I've been streaming Thursday, Friday, and a Saturday, and I'll stream tomorrow again to promote an iStencil sale. It's iStencils.com. Joan Smithies is one of my mods in chat, and these aren't specifically her designs. Everything I did Thursday and Friday were all hers. Like this one's hers. There was a bunch of hers here that I've used, and now I'm intermingling different ones from iStencils.com because this coupon code is good for 25% off the entire website, which is over 4,000 designs. Once you hit the threshold of a $50 purchase after the discounts applied, you'll get a free stencil that will automatically be added to your cart. I'm trying to pull it out of here. This is the free one. That'll automatically be added to your cart. And the sale is good till tomorrow evening at midnight Eastern. Also, I'll give you guys a tip if you've not shopped at iStencils. There are so many stencils on that site. A lot of different artists. They're separated by artist. iStencils has their own brand, and iStencils don't name theirs. They number them. So like this 3D one is an iStencil. I showed that number before when I pulled that print. They have a bunch of 3D designs, but they're designed by like abstract foliage and trees, hearts, words, and stuff. So what I'm getting to try to say here is it's a lot of stencils to go through if you're browsing. Whatever you see one you like, trust me, put it in your cart. You can always take it back out if you have more in your cart than you want to spend, which I always did and have to go cull out the extra ones that I could live without at that time. You can take them back out. But trust me, there was a lot of bad words said. Gayla's pencil would have had to been sharpened with me on some of those shopping sprees where I thought, I know I saw that. Where was it? And then good luck trying to find it. And some of the badass ones are really cool too. That's a brand, Badass Stencils. Donna Downey's got some on there. KP, Kristen Powers, who does the art foamy, she's got some on there. Robin McClendon, myself and Joan. There's some other ones, but I'm not familiar with their names off the top of my head. I know, Sharon. I love PM Studio. I have a lot of I was looking through my stencils today to try to pick out what I was going to play with today. And there's a ton of hers. And I haven't bought any for a while because I've been so distracted and busy with taking care of my mom that I haven't had the time to spend as much money. I love some of her. I've gotten as far as putting some in my cart, but I haven't had the follow through yet. Oh yeah, this is all coming off of here. All but the crusty bits that have been there for probably a year. Ooh, Firebirds. Oh my goodness, Judy. Thank you. Oh, wow, look at that. There's an old shiny wall for you, Ange. Isn't that cool? And look at those deep crevices in there for a little texture. Can't hate it, people. If you hate it, please leave the stream. Just kidding. You don't have to. So, oh, I know what it's going to do. I'm going to take a few of Robin's printables that I just had here. I was using her, the ancient symbols, art foamies on some of her printables that I had. I love these. Oh, that's one of my favorites right there. I'm going to use these as a pickup for through some stencils. So let's see which ones seem appropriate. Well, why don't I just go down to the Robin drawer and pull out some that I know will be appropriate. Here's one of Robin's script stamps, stencils. The stencil, I know the difference. My brain's not quite there. And she's got a bunch of smaller ones with just bigger size individual symbols in there. She's got all kind of good stuff in there. So let's just do a couple of these real quick. And you know what? Let's do this. Right, Sharon? You know that's right. Like, honey, there are plenty of other channels that will have your thing in it if you don't like it here. Okay, so I'm going to take Robin's scripts, and this is the way they read. So I'm going to flip them just like text upside down, and then I'm going to print this in black. I'm going to use the wrong size plate. This is going to get a little bit on the schmutz on the corners, but that's okay. I want to have this. I'm going to shift this paper up because I want it to come mostly over into this semicircle, which is a huge part of a rotor or some kind of a car part that she uses to rust. I know, when I hit the lottery, look out, people. We're going to have some fun. I always tell Dave, we always talk about when we hit the lottery, you know, what would we do? And I'll go down my list. And he said, so basically, we're going to be financially in the same situation we are now. And everybody that you've ever met before is going to be really well off. What the heck? We're doing all right. Spread the love. So I'm really trying to get down into some of these close holes here to get an image. Right? And there's that. Oh, you know what? I should have pounced this. That's why it was harder than I thought. Okay. So there it is in black. So hang on, another piece of deli. I'm going to let that sit there and dry a little bit, but I'm going to move it. I need a little bit more elbow room. So, yeah, I should have pounced. I'm going to pounce now. So I'm going to line this back up. That's pretty much dry because that was pretty thin. So I'm going to line this up at some point. There we go. Now let me get this back over here. That's going to stick. I know it is. I'm going to put this down on it to keep my book off of it. I need another sponge. Hang on. Pardon my reach. And I need some bronze. I'll probably need more than that to do this whole thing. But what I'm going to do, of course I drug it off of there. I'm going to line it up exactly where it was on here. Can I? Am I able to do that? Pardon, my head is probably in there too. And then I'm going to drop shadow in and down a little bit. So it's diagonally off the original image. Your damn rocks up there shaking, making that noise, Gala. Trying to get away with not having to put more paint out here. Okay. Let's see if it worked. Oh, yeah. So there you go. Now they're kind of drop shadow. They look kind of 3D, like they're coming off the page. Focus for Mama. Hello. Or not. Isn't that cool? Can't hate it, people. You can't hate it. Okie dokie. That will be coming to a collage near you soon. All right. Let's, oh, it didn't stick. What do you know? So let's take this. And that's getting dry. And, you know, we got to go bronze. And I'm going to pull this. Where the hell did I put the? Oh, here it is. I just had the glassine out here. Put this over here a minute. Glassine. Here we go. Okay. Whoops. My roller keeps walking up. I must have to clean it. It's a sign when it stops rolling. This paper's getting a little thick over here. All right. I'm on a high note now. Hey, April. I'm going to try to hang in there till 1. I need to get back over to the hospital. Things were quiet when I talked to the nurse this morning. So tomorrow, I'm not sure what time I'm going to stream. I don't want to overlap P&M and I don't want to overlap Xander. So I'm going to try to go in between. It all depends on what's happening with my mom. So, oh, my nephew's there. He said she's sound asleep. All right. All right. Sigh of relief. Right here, I'm on the East Coast. It's 12:30. So depending on, you know, what's happening over there, I'm going to try to go like I usually go when I can stream on Sunday. Hey, Rhonda, Amber. Nah, not great, actually, to be honest. But I'm going to try to go so I'm between PM and before, after them and before Z, so somewhere around 1 or 2. I've been trying to do it earlier on the days I can because Joan's in the UK and these are her designs, and she was up till midnight the first night. Oh, that's when we started, actually. Techie questions to April. Whatever. Knucklehead. Yeah, she's had a good run until she was 94 and a half as the first time she really had problems with a major illness, and has had several heart procedures since early November, and she'll be 95 in July. So you take that all into consideration, and you know, we're doing the best we can. I love the feel of this. It's real slickery. But this, I mean, this usually sucks the paint off of that plate like nobody business. Yep, it looks like it's cleaning it. Ooh, you look cute. Hello, lover. So there's Robin's. These are on iStencils as well. The 25% discount applies. Who just came in? Amber, April, you already know, I think. But the code is JOAN25 for 25% off the entire iStencils site through tomorrow midnight Eastern. If you're interested, we don't pressure sell here. We just offer it. I know everybody loves stencils. If you want to buy some, now's the time to grab them when they're 25% off. But please never feel obligated when you're here. I wonder what this, where's that one of Joan's? Can't make my fingers work. Oh, this one's kind of cool. Oh, hello. This one looked really cool. It's a little fine mask. And I don't know what this is called because it's too small to write the name on it. But how can I do that on this one? On one of these. It doesn't have to be on one of these. I was just... You know, let's just do this. I'm just going to put this down here to hold it. Hold her still. And then I'm going to take this. And let's just pounce again. I don't want to cover up the background. I don't want to... there it is. So let's just, like, here and there, let's just pounce through this design. Oops, hold it down, Patty. Don't squish it up. This may look cool, it may look goofy, but the stencil's cool. But I don't know what that's going to look like on there. Okay, that just made it look kind of old and older with a little glitz on it. I'm telling you, anything you do with these, you can't screw up too bad. I mean, I'm good at screwing up. Let's be honest. I'm going to pat that paint off on there. Oh, you know what I did the other day? Let's just put more of this down since I'm here and I have it. Let's pounce some of that, get the paint off the sponge. Let's grab a little bit of it on a brayer. And let's just do this. I seem to be in a bronze frenzy. then move you over there. Now I'm going to pick this up. I'm just going to lay it on this black and let that, whatever comes off over here. Just a dusting. And then let's, what am I doing here? Oh, I know. We'll pick it up on black. So then the black will show through all those holes. Let's see, what's happened here? Itty bitty tangled. Did everyone hear that they're discontinuing the gold? Yes, Kathy, Dragonfly Smiles Kathy told us yesterday that they were doing that. Oh, so, Gayla, read Judy's message about the Quinn Gold. The Quinn Nickel Azo Gold replaced the old Quinn Gold that was discontinued in 2004. She called Goldens to check. Oopsie. Hey, M&M. Sunny day in Atlanta. It's brighter here today. It poured all day, all night. Let's see. What's today? Saturday. Thursday evening, all day and all night Friday. It was terrible driving back and forth to the hospital yesterday. It was water laying in the roads, and it was nasty. And then through the night, and now I think it stopped raining, and it's a little bit brighter. All right. So that picked up a lot of messy stuff underneath of it. That's not what I thought it was going to be, but we'll just let that go. Let's print. I'm already hitting a wall, guys. I'm going to have to wrap her up here soon. Let's print this again. This is the freebie that you get when you make a $50 post discount purchase. This stencil of Joan's will be added into your cart as a freebie. So let's see. My brain, I'm thinking and tapping. I'm stalling. That's basically stalling. I did it in PBOs yesterday because I didn't have, they're flowers. So to me, they should be ready, orange, pink, something. Oh, let's do this. Let's throw this in there. And what else? What's this? Doesn't matter. I don't know about that. Oh, let's do, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. Fluorescent Pink by Pibio. That is fluorescent. And let's throw a little, you know what, just for giggles, let's throw a little of this Arctic in there and let it, where it mixes, it's going to make some kind of a purple. Oops. Damn Wheaties. Rip the tip of the lid right off of the holder. Well, I got to get rid of that. That's going to put somebody's eye out at some point. And just snap it on the end of the cap. This is Arctic. It's like a baby turquoise by Lucas. You know, somebody's telling me to spray a little of this gold ink in there. It's just going to make it snotty, but you know, when has that ever stopped me? Gayla would have it documented, but I don't think it's on the list. Do you like the Lucas paints? I've never used them. I only have a couple, but yeah, I don't have any issue with any of them. I have the Arctic, I have Indigo. I might have a couple other ones. Going lavender. Maybe just for giggles. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll put the stencil down. And this one is, Joan is in the UK. She does her stencils in A4 size. So they're like, this one's going to be a little askewed off this 8x10 plate. Not a big deal. I'm going to spray over this. That should be a mess. Okay. Should I try? Let's try the glassine. Now this is really slickery against the wet gold. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but let's go out with a bang, shall we? Oh, it's kind of sucking it right up there. That's okay. All right. This will either be a sloppy mess or it will be the best print of the day. Sometimes my evil scientist mind takes over and just doesn't care, because that's the way you discover kind of cool stuff. It's also the way you waste a lot of paint and paper, but it's more risk reward, you know. Do the evaluation yourself. I've saved a lot of people a lot of money by my screw ups. You're welcome. Oh, good, Ange. I'm glad you could stop by. This seems to be moving around a lot, so I'm not sure what we got here. Whoa. Okay, don't do this. That was, yeah, it made it a little too watery. Yeah, well. Actually, I'm going to put a piece of deli to try to get some of this off of this side of the stencil. And now this, let me try to get some of this off of here. Maybe, oh, you know what? Maybe so, Sharon. That requires patience. We run short of that here sometimes. That is a mess. I'm going to need a Brillo pad to get cleaned up. That ain't bad, though. Let's see what we got there. Let's do that on black. Wait a minute. Should I give up on the gold or should I spray that sucker again? I'm going to do it. This one's getting really low anyway, so got to use the bottle, right? And this paper will suck it up. That paper resisted it. Oops. Okay, let's see what happens. Good thing the jelly plates are pretty much indestructible. Right, Judy, you're welcome. Least I can do. All right, I'm going to let this sit on here for a minute. Give it a lot of good schmutzing. A lot of pressure. See if I can get a lot of this cleaned off with this pull, and then I'm going to wrap her up. Get my rumpity dump in the shower, get dressed, and head across town. Oh, thanks, Amalia. I know. Love me a good experiment. I've watched some of your YouTube, Sharon, and some of those textures you do are so yummy. I love, I love me some turquoise, and the patina, that stuff that you do is so cool. Gayla, well, maybe you'll still be glad you did. Look at it this way. At some point, they're probably going to run out of that formula too, and you'll be ahead of the game. Maybe Judy's a smart one in here, Gayla. Okay, that looks like it's pretty much sucked up there. Well, there's evidence of a floral pattern in there. And again, in my head, different. All right, kids. I really appreciate you jumping on here with me. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to do after PNM and before Xandra, after PNM and before Z. So somewhere in the RSTU area of the day. I hate you, Judy. Oh, God. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging with us. I'm going to lay this down here if anybody needs a screenshot that's lurking or watching the recording so you don't miss out. Good through tomorrow, April 30th, 2023. If this recording's being watched 5 years from now, sale's over. Midnight Eastern. So you got a good day and a half. JOAN25 for 25% off the whole iStencils.com site. When you hit a $50 threshold after discount in your cart, you'll get the free stencil I just destroyed prints with. Add it to your cart. I'm sure you'll do better with it. So there you go. I'm going to put the link in one more time so nobody's left in the lurch. No pressure sale. Oh, that's the wrong link. That's my Amazon link. Oh, well. It's the very first link in the chat, too. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the company and the distraction and the prayers and good wishes for my mom. We all appreciate that. So see you tomorrow. Bye.